boring because it is factual based, but we'll be doing it in a very interesting way. Now, before we begin, you need to remember this image. This is the funerary mask of Tut. Now, let's get started. Now, as we begin, there are few terms that you need to remember. So, first one is sarcophagus. Now, what is sarcophagus? Sarcophagus, it is a box-like stone container. So, this outer thing that you can see here, let me change this. So, this outer thing, this is the shrine actually, and there were four shrines, and inside the shrine there was a sarcophagus. Now this you can see. So this is the sarcophagus, and inside the sarcophagus there were three nested coffins. So let's read what it is. So held not one but three coffins in which to hold the body of the king. So this sarcophagus, there were three nested coffins. The outer two coffins, they were crafted in wood and covered in gold, along with many semi-precious stones such as lapis lazuli and turquoise. The inner coffin, however, was made of solid gold. So the inner coffin, this you can see the yellow one. इसके अंदर Tut की body थी. The king's mummy was inside this yellow thing. So it was made up of pure solid gold. Now, in this picture, this is this big box. This is the shrine. This is known as shrine. And inside the shrine, there were four shrines, and inside the shrine, then there was a sarcophagus. And inside that sarcophagus, there were three nested coffins. Now, the golden shrines, as I told you, this outer thing. So, this is the shrine, and inside this four shrines was then the sarcophagus, which had three nested coffins. So, shrines were especially designed to contain a relic or cult image in a sacred place which was dedicated towards a certain deity. Now, in ancient Egypt, kings they were held as gods, so they were equivalent to God. So, therefore, when after the death of the kings, so they were placed in a shrine like this. So the king Tut shrines, they were specific containers dedicated to living god Tutankhamun, which were housed in a sacred place, that is the tomb of King Tut. So they were then placed in a sacred place that was called as the tomb of King Tut. So these you need to remember, these terms. Now we'll move on. Discovery of Tut's tomb. Now this is the timeline which you need to know what happens in the chapter as we read it. These are few important dates, and after this we'll take on the chapter page wise. So this is going to help you to remember. So 1922, the beginning date. So discovery of Tut's tomb by Howard Carter, hidden from the world for about 3300 years. So 1922 में Howard Carter ने tomb discover किया Tut का, that was hidden from the world for more than 3300 years. उसके बाद 1923 में the door of the burial chamber finally it was opened, revealing a room filled with shrines. और वो shrines की picture मैंने तुम्हें दिखाई है. Burial room के अंदर वो बड़ा सा shrine था, बड़ा सा container. So जिसके अंदर then there were four shrines, और फिर उसके बाद एक sarcophagus आता था, और sarcophagus में three nested coffins थे. आफ्टर दैट फिर 1925 से लेके 1939 तक आइटम्स इन द टूम दे वर स्टडीड एंड ट्रांसफर टू इजिप्शियन म्यूजियम. और उसके अंदर इतने आइटम्स थे, इतने ज़्यादा आइटम्स थे, मोर देन 5000 रेलिक्स, आर्टिफैक्ट्स एंड एक्सपेंसिव आइटम्स के almost a decade. Howard Carter को almost a decade लग गया to make a catalog or inventory of all those items and to click a photograph of those. So evidence of ancient looting also comes to light. Now here we need to remember one thing more. So beyond these lay gold sarcophagus जो मैंने आपको भी बताया, so concealing the boy's king's final resting place and the masterful golden funerary mask. जो funerary mask मैंने first slide में आपको दिखाया. So there was a funerary mask also. Now, obscured behind another wall was the treasury, the hidden corner that eluded grave robbers for thousands of years and stored Tutankhamun's most prized royal possessions. So उसके बाद एक treasury आती थी. There were four rooms actually. Tut's tomb, it has four rooms. मैं तुम next slide में एक diagram दिखाऊंगी आपको. So it will be very clear. So one room, that was the treasury, one room was the burial chamber, then in front was the antechamber, and then there was annex. So जो ट्रेजरी थी वो सबसे लास्ट में थी. सो इट एल्यूडेड ग्रेव रॉबर्स. सो रॉबर्स जो हैं वो वहां तक नहीं पहुंच सके, एंड देयरफॉर दोज आइटम्स दे वर सिक्योर. So evidence of ancient looting also comes to light. Now, as Howard Carter is opening all those things, so there was an evidence that robbers they had come inside the tomb and they have taken away few things. Now, after that, what happens in 1968, 40 years after Tut's discovery, an anatomy professor x-rayed the mummy and revealed that his breastbone and front ribs they are missing. Now, in 1939, actually, Howard Carter he dies. So there is a gap. After that, everything stops. So there is a gap. So they notice two reopenings and reclosings of the sealed doorway. Carter summarizes thieves broke in shortly after King Tut's funeral, stealing fragrant bombs and some valuable items. The entrance corridor was looted, but the inner rooms remained sealed. So there were evidence that things were looted, but the inner doors where the treasury of the King Tut, that was actually intact. So now after 1968, then in 2005, Tut left his tomb for the first time in almost 80 years. Now 80 years after the discovery, CT scan के लिए Tut की मम्मी को बाहर निकाला गया. So after 80 years for CT scan that offers new clues about his life and death. So this is the timeline that goes in the chapter. Now we'll be taking the chapter page wise and we'll be doing it in the form of question answer so that it will be easier for you. So Egyptian religious tradition क्या है सबसे पहले ये जान लेते हैं. So it held that royal bodies they should be preserved and provisioned for afterlife. So ये tradition थी Egyptian कि जो royal bodies हैं जो kings हैं they also known as pharaohs. So they should be preserved. Their bodies should be preserved and provisioned. Provisioned means उनको सारा सामान जरूरत का next life के लिए वो उनके साथ रखना है. So King Tut's body after taking out his organs was wrapped in resin soaked bandages. A 24-pound solid gold portrait mask was placed over his head and shoulders, and he was laid in a series of nested containers, three golden coffins, जैसा कि हम कर चुके हैं. So the tomb's antechamber was packed to the ceiling with more than 5,000 artifacts. As I told you, ऊपर तक जो antechamber है पूरा भरा हुआ था. The tomb was apparently looted soon after the burial. So soon after the burial, tomb जो है वहाँ पे चोरी भी हो गई थी. But the inner rooms they remained sealed. जो thieves हैं वो अंदर वाले sealed rooms में नहीं पहुंच सके. Now this is the map. It contents, though hastily ransacked in antiquity, were surprisingly complete. So this is the statement on page number 23. It means कि कुछ जो है एंटिकिटी मीन्स एंशियंट टाइम्स में कुछ जो सामान है वो चोरी हो गया था बट जो मेन चीजें थे ट्रेजरी थी जहां पे वहां तक चोर नहीं पहुंच सके थे तो दे वर सरप्राइजिंगली कंप्लीट. So these are the entrance steps. After that there is a sealed door and then passage also known as corridor. Then the first room that is antechamber. Behind it is the annex. Then this golden shrine. This is the burial chamber where the mummy was kept and behind this was the treasure chamber. So the thieves they were not able to actually reach here. So the initial part here antechamber and annex maybe here the robbery had occurred but this sealed door that was found to be intact. So this is the map. You can see whole lot of things here. This is the burial chamber. So here we have that shrines and inside the shrine there is sarcophagus. Inside the sarcophagus there are three nested coffins and this is the treasury. So where all the expensive and valuable things were kept. So this was found to be intact. Everything was intact here. So I hope it is clear now. Now let's move on. So on page 22, the first question, who was Tut? So Tutankhamun, he was the last heir of a powerful family that ruled Egypt and its empire for centuries. So he was the last heir. He was just 9 when he became king and was just a teenager when he died about 3,300 years ago. So he was just about 18 or 19 years when he died and he was just 9 years old when he became king. Now, who was Howard Carter then? Now, Howard Carter was a British archaeologist. After years of hard work and search, he discovered King Tut's tomb in 1922 after about 3,300 years of his death. After being discovered, King Tut got instant fame because of the treasures he was laid with and the mysteries that surrounded his life and death. So, जैसे ही Howard Carter को tomb का पता लगा, so instantly Tut's tomb it got fame because of the mysteries that surrounded his life and death, and that was that the treasures of Tut, they were a royal among all the mummies that had been discovered before that. Now, next, why was the mummy taken out of its tomb after 80 years of its discovery? Now, what was the need for that? Now, since the discovery of Tut's tomb by Howard Carter in 1922, the modern world had speculated about what had happened to him. So, since 1922, the question about his death and life, there were no answers to this. So, everyone was interested to know how the boy Pharaoh died, with murder being the most extreme possibility. So the extreme possibility जो सब सोचते थे कि murder हुआ होगा for the throne. With the advancement of science and the use of more sophisticated tools, many fascinating details of his life and intriguing mysteries of his death could be revealed. So जैसे जैसे साइंस तरक्की करते गई, न्यू इन्वेंशंस होते गए, so there was possibility कि उन जो mystery है डेथ की और लाइफ की वो सामने आ सके. So therefore the mummy was taken out from its tomb for the first time in 2005 for CT scan for an accurate forensic reconstruction of the boyish pharaoh and to ascertain the cause of his death. So first time जो mummy है वो tomb से ये बाहर निकाली जा रही है, as you can see in the picture, and it was taken for a CT scan. So the first time after 80 years of the discovery of the Tut's tomb. Then on page 23 again, even nature showed its unrest when the mummy of Tut was being taken out. Comment. So nature even showed the curse of Pharaoh. So when the mummy was being taken out from its resting place in ancient Egyptian cemetery known as the Valley of Kings. So जहाँ पे सारे इजिप्शियन किंग्स जो है उनकी ममीज को ले किया गया तो उस जगह को वैली ऑफ किंग्स कहा जाता है. So strong wind began to flow at that time and huge clouds of dust began to rise. Dark clouds hovered in the sky and covered the stars, giving the sky a grey doomed hue. So एकदम से अंधेरा हो गया, हवा चल रही है तेज. So it was as if even nature was reminding of the curse of Pharaoh. So even nature was telling that you are disturbing the mummy. Now, next, significance of the weather conditions on that day. So, what was the day? January 5, 2005, the day when CT scan was being conducted. So, this is the line from the chapter. An angry wind stirred up ghostly dust devils as King Tut was being taken from his resting place in the ancient Egyptian cemetery known as the Valley of Kings. Dark bellied clouds had scudded across the desert sky all day and now were veiling the stars in cascade grain. So, significance of these lines. So, these lines are important actually. So, as King Tut was being taken from its resting place for CT scanning, the weather became threatening, as if warning and reminding of the curse of Pharaoh. Angry winds stirred up, caused ghostly dust devils. So, as they stirred up means they caused ghostly dust devils. Dust devils means dust storm, sandstorm. Dark bellied clouds had scudded across. So, scudded across moon means moved quickly across to cover the sky. So, dark clouds, they covered the whole sky. Very quickly, it all became dark and covered the stars in casket gray. So, covered the stars in casket gray means the word casket here, it refers to coffin, but it also means a chest to keep important or expensive things, maybe the jewels. So, metaphorically, it means that grey clouds. So, grey clouds here is the casket, the covering, or a box that will contain the stars. So, grey clouds, that is casket, covered the stars. So, here metaphorically, they refer to the jewels or contained the stars inside them. As jewels, they were kept inside the casket of Tut. So, it is symbolically referring to that. So, this is the significance of the weather conditions. So, even nature reminded of the curse. Now, next one. Why had tourists gathered at the site of the CT scans? Now, as CT scan was being performed, so there were hordes of tourists who were surrounding the place. The discovery of Tut's mummy after 33 years of his death had intrigued the world. Everyone was interested to know about the lingering medical mysteries of this little understood young ruler. So tourists came from around the world and descended into the cramped rock cut tomb to pay their respects. So जगह जगह से दूर दूर से tourists they वहां पहुंचे थे and they wanted to see that tomb. They gazed at the murals on the wall of the burial chamber and peered at Tut's gilded face and most striking feature of the mummy-shaped outer coffin lid. So that gilded face, the first image that I showed you, so they peered at that because that was the most striking image of the coffin. Some visitors they read the guidebooks in a whisper, then others stood silently. Perhaps they were pondering on about Tut's untimely death in his late teens, or they were wondering with a shiver if the Pharaoh's curse, death or misfortune falling upon those who disturbed him was really true. So this was the Pharaoh's curse. Death or misfortune would fall on those who would disturb the mummy, who would disturb the Pharaoh or would disturb the king. So this is what happened there. So tourists they had come there, वो देखना चाहते थे process, वो देखना चाहते थे King Tut को. They wanted to see the young ruler and what was going on in their mind. वो जानना चाहते थे कि king को क्या हुआ, how did he die, and then they were also afraid of the curse of Pharaoh. Now this is the outer coffin's image that they were looking at. So that was the most striking feature. Now, next one. The mummy of King Tut earned instant world fame. Why? So now then we are told that how it became an instant fame. Since its discovery, the mummy of Tut earned instant fame because of its richest royal collection ever found. So as Howard Carter, जैसे ही वो अंदर गया और सारे जो है rooms खोले गए, so the collection it was the richest. So इतनी rich royal valuable things की जो treasury थी उसके कारण instant world fame जो है वो इसे मिल गई. So it has become part of the pharaoh's legend. Stunning artifacts in gold, their eternal brilliance meant to guarantee resurrection, it became an attraction. So all these, the gold items, eternal brilliance and stunning artifacts, they were actually meant to guarantee resurrection. Resurrection is afterlife. So वो सब चीजें जो है वहां पे रखी गई थी बिकॉज उनके कारण ये गारंटी थी कि आगे जो किंग की अगली लाइफ है वो सारी चीजें जो है जरूरत की उसे काम आएंगी. So for his journey to the great beyond, so आगे की journey के लिए King Tut was lavished with glittering goods, precious collars, inlaid necklaces, bracelets, rings, amulets, a ceremonial apron, sandals, sheaths for his fingers and toes. So it caused a sensation at the time of the discovery, and still it get most attention now even today. So there's an exhibition of all these things, and people they go there to watch it. But Tut was also buried with everyday things. So it is not only कि सिर्फ expensive or valuable जो necklaces and jewelry ऐसी चीजें थी. Everyday things were also there. So everyday things he would want in his afterlife, like board games, a bronze razor, linen, undergarments, cases of food and wine. So all this actually intrigued people, and therefore it got instant world fame. This is again an important question. So you can see in the picture all those things there. Now, then, what happened? After months of carefully recording the pharaoh's funerary treasures, Carter started investigating his three nested coffins. So, पहले के दो रूम थे एंटी चेम्बर एंड एनेक्स, तो वहां पे सारी इन्वेंट्री तैयार की गई, सबको नोट किया गया, photograph खींची गई, and then he reached the burial chamber. So वहां पे he started investigating the three nested coffins. So you can see here. So एक coffin के अंदर दूसरा coffin. So the first one actually is Tutankhamun's first coffin that was made up of wood covered with thin layer of shining beaten gold. So सबसे पहला ऊपर वाला coffin था वो वुड का था, सिर्फ उसके ऊपर एक गोल्ड की परत थी. देन सेकेंड वन wooden coffin was also covered with beaten gold and inlaid with brilliantly colored glass. और थर्ड कॉफिन जो है वो था जो मेन कॉफिन दैट वाज मेड अप ऑफ सॉलिड गोल्ड और उसके अंदर मम्मी थी. सो किंग्स रैप्ड मम्मी वाज डेकोरेटेड विद गोल्ड बैंड्स, गोल्ड मास्क एंड हैंड्स ऑफ शीट गोल्ड. सो दिस वाज व्हाट वाज इनसाइड द three coffins. So now what did he find on opening the first coffin? So on opening the first coffin, Howard he found a shroud adorned with garlands of willow and olive leaves, wild celery, lotus petals, and cornflowers, the faded evidence of a burial that took place in March or April. So इन चीजों को देख के उन्हें लगा कि शायद ये जो burial है ये मार्च और अप्रैल में हुआ हो because of those flowers and leaves. Now on page 24 and 25. Now, why did Zahi Hawass hold Carter responsible for the bad condition of the mummy? So now अब जैसे मम्मी को बाहर लाया जा रहा है, Zahi Hawass जो है, he was the security in charge over there. So what he did when he saw the mummy, he held Carter responsible for the bad condition? So let's see. Zahi believed that in his enthusiasm to reveal the mummy and extract it from the coffin, Carter did not take due care and damaged the mummy at various places. So उसका ये कहना था कि कार्टर ने अपनी जल्दबाजी में so he did not take due care और मम्मी जो है उसको डैमेज कर दिया. So he used unscientific methods to separate the mummy from the tomb and focused more on the treasures than the mystery that surrounded Tut. So ये इल्जाम लगे हार्वर्ड पे कि जो है उन्हें जल्दबाजी थी, अनसाइंटिफिक मेथड यूज किए और ज्यादा ध्यान जो था उनका वो एक्सपेंसिव और वैल्यूएबल चीजों पे था, ट्रेजर्स पे था, ना कि मम्मी पर. Now, what trouble did Carter ran into when he finally reached the mummy? And what did he do then? Now, Carter जब last coffin पे पहुंचा, mummy तक पहुंचा, so there was a problem. So what was that problem? Now, when Carter finally reached the mummy, he realized that the ritual raisins had hardened, cementing Tut to the bottom of his solid gold coffin. So उसने देखा कि जो रेजिन्स हैं, जो रिचुअल रेजिन्स जो है डाले गए थे बॉडी पे, सो वो हार्ड हो गए इतने सालों के बाद और उनके कारण जो है मम्मी वो सीमेंट हो गई है उसके सॉरी इन द कॉफिन. सो रेजिन क्या है? रेजिन है स्टिकी फ्लेमेबल ऑर्गेनिक सब्सटेंस है. It is insoluble in water and it is exuded by some trees or plants. So वो मम्मी को प्रिजर्व करने के लिए वहां पे डाली गई थी एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट जो मम्मी है वो कॉफिन के साथ सीमेंट हो गई थी. So now he tried to put the mummy outside in blazing sun to let it melt, but it did not work. So उन्होंने सोचा कि अगर सन में रखा जाए सो मे बी सन की गर्मी के कारण वो जो रेजन्स है वो पिघल जाएंगे एंड दे विल बी एबल टू टेक आउट द मम्मी, बट इट डिड नॉट वर्क. So he had to chisel away the consolidated material from beneath the limbs and trunk to raise the king's remains. So chisel away means उसे खुरचना पड़ा. So to raise the mummy. So in the process, he with his team had to remove mummy's head and swear nearly every major joint. So ये प्रोसेस जो किया उसके कारण हेड को अलग करना पड़ा, एवरी जॉइंट जो है इसको अलग करना पड़ा और इसके कारण मम्मी को काफी नुकसान हुआ. So once they had finished, they reassembled the remains on a layer of sand in a wooden box with padding and concealed the damage. So एक बार ये करने के बाद उन्होंने फिर मम्मी को एक वुडन बॉक्स में सैंड के ऊपर दोबारा से रख दिया विद पैडिंग, जहां जहां पे डैमेज हुआ था तो उसको कंसील कर दिया. सो दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंड. कार्टर को ये प्रॉब्लम आई एंड इस तरह से उसने वो प्रॉब्लम को डील किया एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस देयर वाज क्रिटिसिज्म अगेंस्ट हिम. So this is, you can see in the picture, so he is examining the mummy. So you can see this black part. So that is the hardened resin. So it was put there to preserve the mummy, but because of that, a lot of damage occurred to the mummy. Now we move on to the next question on page 25. What did Carter say in his defense after being criticized? Now, since Carter was criticized, so he issued a statement. Now, what did he say? He said, now Carter had to chisel away the consolidated material from beneath the limbs and trunk of the mummy. He had to face a lot of criticism because of this. In his defense, Carter said that if he hadn't cut the mummy free, thieves would have ripped the mummy apart for gold. So उसने कहा कि अगर वो नहीं करता तो जो thieves हैं, because वो mummy solid gold की थी, so thieves would have done that. They would have ripped apart the mummy and they would have taken the gold. और उस केस में सारी मम्मी जो है वो खराब हो जाती. Now, why were Egypt's pharaohs buried along with treasures? So, अब ये question दिमाग में आता है कि why were they buried with treasures? The royals of Tut's time, they were very wealthy and they believed that they could take their riches with them. So, ये उनका belief था कि जो भी उनके पास riches है, पैसा है, दौलत है, valuable things है, वो अपने साथ अपनी next life में लेके जा सकते हैं. So, for their journey to the afterlife, they were buried with treasures, artifacts, and even everyday things. So this was because of their belief. Then how has archaeology changed since the time of the discovery of the tomb of Tut? Now, if you keep your book open with you, so you will see that I am going page wise. Now, archaeology has changed substantially since the discovery of tomb of Tut in 1992. 1922 के बाद से जो archaeology का सफर है वो बहुत चेंज हो गया है. सो इट हैज चेंज्ड, फोकसिंग लेस ऑन ट्रेजर एंड मोर ऑन द फैसिनेटिंग डिटेल्स ऑफ लाइफ एंड इंट्रीगिंग मिस्ट्रीज ऑफ डेथ. सो अब ट्रेजर्स पे जो ध्यान है वो कम दिया जाता है, पर ज्यादा ध्यान दिया जाता है कि मिस्ट्री ऑफ लाइफ एंड डेथ वो उसके बारे में जानकारी पे. So it also uses more sophisticated tools including medical technology to solve various mysteries, जैसे कि CT scan किया गया. So now it has actually become more advanced. What startling fact was revealed after the X-ray of Tut's mummy? After 40 years of Carter's discovery of the mummy in 1968, an anatomy professor X-rayed Tut's mummy. The X-ray revealed some startling facts. It was found that beneath the resin that plastered his chest, his breastbone and front ribs they were missing. So जब उसका X-ray किया गया तो पता लगा कि रेजिन के अंदर जो है प्लास्टर जो है वहां पे रिब्स और एक ब्रेस्ट बोन जो है फ्रंट रिब्स जो है वो मिसिंग है. Now question number 15. What could CT scan reveal? So अब CT scan किया गया पर क्या सोच के किया गया कि CT scan से क्या पता चलेगा? So in CT scan hundreds of X-rays in cross section they are put together like slices of bread to create a three-dimensional virtual body. So CT scan में एक three-dimensional virtual body बन जाती है. So it was hoped that it could answer two of the biggest questions still lingering about Tata. अब वो जो biggest questions हैं वो हैं how did he die and how old was he at the time of his death. So इन दो questions का answer जो है वो अभी तक ढूंढ रहे हैं. Why was Tut's death a big event even by royal standards? Now, King Tut's demise was a big event, even by royal standards. He was the last of his family's line, and his funeral was the death rattle of a dynasty. So, Tut जो है वो last था अपनी family line में. Tut he did not have any higher. उसका कोई भी आगे Tut का जो है he didn't have any child. So therefore his funeral was a death rattle of a dynasty. Now death rattle it means कि एक dynasty का end जो है वो आ गया था. So he died at a very young age, leaving behind no heir. But the particulars of his passing away and its aftermath they are unclear, and this has aroused everyone's curiosity. So it was a big event, even by royal standards. It was the end of a dynasty. Now we come on to the history and family tree of Tut. So who was Amenhotep III? Now Amenhotep III was Tut's father or grandfather. So now it's not clear whether he was Tut's father or grandfather. But he was a powerful pharaoh who ruled for almost 4 decades at the height of the 18th dynasty's golden age. So 40 years तक उन्होंने जो है रूल किया and that was the time the height of the 18th dynasty's golden age का वो time period था. Now after his death, now why was Amenhotep IV's rule called as the initiation of the strangest periods in the history of Egypt? Or why did Ray Johnson, director of the University of Chicago, describe Akhenaten as wacky? Now after Amenhotep III, the successor was Amenhotep IV. So the new pharaoh, that was Amenhotep IV, promoted the worship of Aten. So Aten is the sun disk, and changed his name to Akhenaten. So Aten, because he worshipped Aten, so he changed his name to this as the servant of Aten. And he moved the religious capital from the old city of Thebes to the new city of Akhenaten, known now as Amarna. So उसने थ्रोन पे आते ही कुछ जो है चीजें जो है अलग कर दी. एक तो गॉड जो है वही चेंज कर दिया, प्रमोटेड द वर्शिप ऑफ एटन. फिर जो है कैपिटल सिटी वो भी चेंज कर दी. And after that, he changed his name also. Then he further shocked the country by attacking Amun, जो previous god था. So he attacked that god, the major god, smashing his images and closing his temples. So because of these rash decisions and actions, Akhenaten, so Ray Johnson described him as wacky. So because of these rash actions of Akhenaten, so Ray Johnson he described him as wacky as because he did all these rash things. Now after that, who was the predecessor of King Tutankhamun? Now when Tut became king, who was its predecessor? Now after Akhenaten's death, a mysterious ruler named Semenukher appeared briefly and existed with hardly a trace. So in between जो है एक और ruler आया पर उसका कोई अता पता नहीं है. So and then very young Tutankhaten he took the throne. Now what were Tut's first steps after becoming the king and what was his fate? So जब Tut जो है he took the throne, what was his first action? Now, after occupying the throne, the boy king soon changed his name to Tutankhamun. So he again brought the previous god. So he proclaimed the previous god to be worshipped again, the living image of Ammon, and oversaw the restoration of the old ways. So जो चीजें जो हैं वो बंद कर दी गई थी. So he again started all those things. So he brought old ways back and he reigned for about 9 years. So uska jo rule tha, Tut ka rule, almost it was for 9 years only and he died unexpectedly. Explain, King Tut is one of the first mummies to be scanned in death as in life, moving regally ahead of his countrymen. Now, this statement, it is very important. Now, this statement highlights the popularity and fame of Tut. So, Tut, he was a popular king. So, when he was alive, even then he was popular, and after his death, also he has got a lot of fame. So, it highlights popularity and fame of Tut. So, during his life, he was a popular king, and being a king, he was always ahead of everyone. So, since he was king, so he was always ahead of everyone. But even after his death, he was the first one among all the mummies who had been discovered before him to be taken out for a CT scan. So he had always been first among others. So that is why, even in death as in life, moving regally ahead of his countrymen, so ahead of everyone. Now, how was King Tut's mummy scanned by a CT scanner and what kind of images were produced by it? Now, the CT scanner was taken in a trailer to Tut's tomb. So, obviously, CT scanner was taken to the tomb. The night of the scan, workmen carried Tut from the tomb in his box into the trailer that held the scanner. So, you've seen that picture before. The workmen, they are taking out the mummy from the tomb and they are taking it to the trailer. In that trailer, there was the scan. A CT machine scanned the mummy head to toe, creating 1700 digital X-ray images in cross-section. Tut's head was scanned in 0.62 millimeter slices to register its intricate structures. Now, with Tut's entire body similarly recorded. So, as for the head, entire body, the images for entire body was taken like this. After that, a team of specialists in radiology, forensics, and anatomy, they began to probe the secrets that the winged goddesses of the gilded burial shrine protected for so long. So you can see these goddesses. So therefore, goddesses on all the four corners. So you can see with their hands, their arms like extended like this, wings spread like this because they are protecting the mummy inside. So these goddesses, they had protected the mummy for more than 3,300 years. Now, what was the problem that occurred in the CT scanner on the day of Tut's mummy was to be scanned? Sorry, and why did the god call it Curse of Pharaoh? Now, since the scanner was taken to the desert near Tut's tomb, the $1 million machine developed a snack because of sand in a cooler fan. So now, since it was the desert area, so there was sand all around, that $1 million machine developed a snag. There came a problem because of sand in one of the cooler fan. So the fan had to be replaced with a pair of white plastic fans. So that fan was replaced by a pair of white plastic fans and everything went well after that. So it is believed that those who disturb the pharaoh, death or misfortune befall upon them. So this is the curse of Pharaoh. So when the CT scanner developed a snag due to sand in the cooler fan, the guard felt that it was due to the curse. So obviously at that time, those people who believed in this curse, they felt that it is because of that. Since the Pharaoh had been disturbed, so misfortunes were to occur. But later the fan was replaced with a pair of plastic fans and the procedure was completed. Now next one. I didn't sleep last night, not for a second, said Zahi Hawass. Why couldn't he sleep? Now, Zahi Hawass, he was the Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, and therefore he had a great responsibility on his shoulders for everything to go well, from the mummy to be taken out of its tomb and taken for the scanning, and then keeping it back to its resting place. So he was not able to sleep a night before as he was worried for the next day for all this procedure to go well. So that is why Zahi Hawazi says that I didn't sleep last night, not even for a second. Now these are the meanings of the expressions that come in the chapter, and I hope now the whole chapter it is easy for you to remember. So very easy and with pictures I have tried to explain it. Now after this I'll be posting the MCQs of the chapter also. So you can test your knowledge. Now, first one is forensic reconstruction. So, what is that? It refers to the process of creating a face on the skull and see how the owner of the skull looked like. So, after CT scan, so reconstruction was done. Then, what are funerary treasures? The valuable things which were buried along the king as a part of the religious tradition. So these included things made of pure gold and other precious items. Ancient Egyptians, they believed that in life after death, and thus these items, they were meant to go with them in their next life. Scudded across, it means moving quickly. So it is referring to the clouds here. Circumvented. Now circumvented means to find a way around. So here it refers to the robbers finding their way into the tomb. Then casket grey. The casket means a box or a chest, and here it refers to the way the grey clouds, they cover the stars as shining jewels. They are kept safe in a box. So the whole sky became dark during that time. Resurrection means it refers to new life after death. And any detail, it is strange detail that emerged after CT scan of that skull. So these are the important terms that you'll come across in the chapter. Now these are the image credits, and that's all for today. I hope that this chapter is very clear to you, so do subscribe to my channel so that I can keep on posting the chapter details and explanations with question answers like this, and wait for the MCQ from this chapter. So bye for now. Happy watching till then.